It's the project funded by COST. The aim of our action is related to textiles, and we want to reveal like the new version of European history in which textiles and textile production is like put into the light. We consider it a very important craft, and we are aware that it was underestimated for many years in the scholarship, so our aim is to make it visible again. But we're not only historians and archaeologists, we're also like craft designers, traditional craftspeople, so we try to really to like make a huge network. And at the moment we have 32 countries in our action, so quite a lot, and we have over 200 formal members.
So now we have to put to make the note in the end and put the loom.
We try to have an ancient sample. So this is a spherical, minor spherical loom weight. You see there's one hole, and like this is almost spherical. And then we produce those, the same size, same weight, same type. And we produce a lot of them, 20 items per type. It's a discoid minor loom weights with 2 holes, you see here, and this section, and like this, and this. And this is the replica. It's not easy. I mean, we discovered many things about the production of these tools. So now we had our tools, and so we are seeing which are the results in terms of weighing tools. So which are the usewares we produced on them during this week of use. And it's really interesting because in some cases, I mean, in most of the cases, they are exactly the same traces we find on the ancient ones. So it's really a test to see, okay, so now I know that when I see something like this on my ancient loom weights, it's produced by use, not by something else or manufacture of something else. So it's very important.
For this one, I wouldn't be sure. No. But yeah.
I will be doing all this.
Now the shape is changed. You make this movement, and you go on.
So experimental archaeology is crucial for the textile studies because we have only remains of the textile tools or fragments, as Agata said, and just to know how they can be used. It's just very important to test the tool and try to figure out the different ways to use it. And it helps a lot to understand all the patterns we can see while excavating. This European textile tradition is somehow related, or we have the same roots, or we have many similarities. And for example, this training school proved to me that we have this, it's somehow universal at some very general level. And it's so interesting because we have so many common things, and also things that we are making know-how, which is different, but still the tools are very similar, and it proves that it's somehow very universal, and it's necessary to deal with these topics in international level.
Experimental archaeology is a very useful tool in research, of course, because it allows us to test hypotheses and to contrast things with what we actually find in the archaeological record. But it is also a very powerful tool for dissemination and for outreach, because it's much easier to get the public interested and to get the public to understand the material that we are dealing with if we show them how things work, how things were done. We could explain the importance of exploring again these traditional techniques to retrieve these natural materials, to actually find alternatives to the current modes of production and consumption of textiles, which are very harmful to the environment. And what we found is that once you explain this to people, people understand very easily the importance of what it is that we do.
I go for the like this. Okay. And for this, the handles have to go down.
You do
I have my working out thing. We can bit.
Yeah.
And these are issues which are people not always aware anymore, because textile craft disappeared like from Europe. It's still very time consuming, it's still very complex, but it's like outside of our view. And it's very easy like to go to the mall and buy new cheap clothes and then like discard it. But when someone realizes that the amount of work is really huge, and someone does this work even nowadays, yes, and it's not so easy. And if we also think about the ethical aspect of this work, if we think about children employed like in textile factories, I think it's good to bring this knowledge about the time consumption, like all those things, and like to have a reflection whether do we really need so much of the new stuff.
With archaeological experiments, it's possible to reconstruct the chaîne opératoire from the raw material to the final object. And with archaeological experimental, you can learn people, modern people, I mean, how you can use what you have, just clay, just wood, just timber. So, and it's really helpful because sometimes you don't need to have so much things, a lot of things, industrial things. You need just free water and earth, just simple things. And you can create very wonderful things.